Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Winston.
I'm Ben.
We're from Parkway Drive. You're watching PITCAM TV.
Guten Tag, Wenke für PITCAM TV. Heute mit Parkway Drive. Einmal mit Winston und einmal mit Ben.
Guten Tag. Guten Tag.
Oh, your German is great.
Oh, yes. Danke.
So, I googled 26 degrees now in your hometown, and this is really pissy weather. What do you think about the Berlin weather?
It was nice when it was snowing and I wasn't in it. And then when I got in it, it was cold. So, yeah, it got a bit pissy.
What was your age when you saw snow the first time?
Oh, 12? 12?
My first time I saw snow was 14. I went on a family snowboard trip with Winston and his family. Because me and Winston's younger brother were real good friends growing up. And then we went on a family skiing trip.
You fell down that hole. You fell down that hole.
Yeah. That's funny.
But you're still alive, that's a good thing.
Barely.
Yeah. So I saw the show yesterday. Great show, really. And when you came out, it was like a family reunion. They were all totally crazy seeing you, and I thought you were so nice and so humble for your fans. How is it for you, the impact when you go out on a show like that, which is sold out like in one day, and you see all the fans singing all your lyrics?
It's really awesome. Like, it's really awesome, and it was nice because it was just music. It was just the music. There's nothing crazy. It's just us and them, and it was awesome. Like, it's the family description. It sums it up pretty well, to be honest. Yeah, it was special.
I think there aren't a lot of metal bands like yours where you can see so many fans who go on stage and do stage diving. What about that?
Yeah, there's a lot. It was good. There was a lot of diving yesterday, a lot less stage potatoing. It's as soon as they stay for too long and they start growing, they turn into potatoes and they can't move off the stage. So as long as the diving keeps happening, it's great.
There wasn't too many selfies either, because that's the worst thing. When they get on stage and just try and take selfies, it's annoying.
Get on stage, pull the phone out, start trying to open the camera up and walking around stage with the phone. Get the fuck off the stage.
But yesterday was just about music.
Yeah, that's it. It was awesome. That's the thing. We didn't have that yesterday. It was all just cool.
So you have been in situations on stage where there were fans who were where something went wrong with stage diving because you have so many fans on stage.
Yeah, not so much. I think last night was pretty good. There was just a lot of there was those points where it was like, all right, everyone's just taking over the stage and there's no diving at all. There's just 50 people on stage with us, and I have to sing next to Ben's cymbal. But there was generally the dives were decent last night. I didn't see anyone trip over too hard, and none of those ones where someone slides out and just goes face first into a monitor wedge. Yeah, yeah, it was good.
How is it for you to come from so far away and all the people are able to sing your lyrics? Nice,
considering I can't speak German. That's a really awesome thing for second language, and everyone's still singing. It's really cool, and it's really cool to feel that this music has a connection with someone enough that they're gonna sing those lyrics back to you, because that's a big thing. So,
is it really true that you played your biggest shows here in Germany?
Yes, it is.
Where?
I think Munich's been the biggest so far, but the festivals are it's so much bigger than anything we play anywhere else in the world. We've run out of festivals in Australia at this point. Downloads just starting up, but we literally had nothing. So, and then you come to Germany, it's 100,000 people. How do you compete with that?
So when did you realize you are not a little metal band from Australia anymore, but you are really worldwide known? And how was that feeling to see, okay, well, now we are famous?
It was never really like a spark moment. It's just been, we just do what we do, and it's just grown naturally. But there's been I don't know, there's been points headlining some festivals last year. We're headlining this thing. We're the last band playing. Where the hell did that happen? So what do you reckon? Have you got a moment?
No, there's never an exact moment. There's just been many different moments of this is huge, we never expected this, and then later on it happens again and again. Everything from recording with certain people to getting gold records to being on Epitaph and touring with certain people, and then it's just been climbing up slowly. So there's never been a moment where we're like, now we've made it.
What was the biggest wow effect for you when you were standing on a festival and seeing your idol?
Seeing my idol Winston in front of me. So,
It's your best mate, isn't it?
yeah. That's at festivals. That's when you really have you look out and you think, wow, that's a lot of people. But there's been many moments. One of my most clear moments of like, what the hell is going on is when I was upside down in the spinning drum kit thing we've got, and when I look out and I'm seeing a sea of people upside down, I'm like, what's happening? Like, how did playing in the Byron Bay Youth Centre come to this? But it's good.
Okay, really cool. So how was it to be on number 1 in Australia for the first time? And to get the award.
Yeah. To be honest, like I will play a good show over being given an award any day of the week, just because it's so awesome that people go out and buy our records and stuff, and that people support this band. But ultimately, like, we do this because we like playing music live, and the music going out there is just another way of getting us to be able to play things live and more connection. And charts and stuff, it's cool. But if someone beats us like they have every other time, and Eminem drops a secret album or Beyonce comes out or something like that, it's just numbers. That's the thing. So, and having it like, yay, we're number 1. Cool. Give me a good gig over that any day.
That's a good one. Reverence is your new album coming out on the 4th of May. How do you go on to write the songs? With what do you start first?
Whatever. We start first with some element of that song which stands out, and that could be like, it's more often than not some little guitar thing that Jeff's done, but it could be like a vocal melody or a drum pattern or something like that, and then we just build from there, and we find something else to go along with it, and then something else to go along with that, and then we put them in a sequence and we turn them around and we add another layer, and eventually you get an idea of what that entire song sounds like, and then we start working another one to go with it, and then we start working another one to go with it, and we figure out what the next one's going to be in relation to it, and you just build and build and build. And sometimes you end up finding out that first one wasn't right in the first place, so you cut half of it away and you build again. And the process is really, really long, because we find that if you just do the first thing and you say, yep, that's it, perfect, 6 months after you've recorded, you're like, oh man, we could have changed that riff and it would have been so much better. So yeah, I think that's basically the entire process. It's just really, really time consuming. It's fun, but it's time consuming.
Do you also have a theme, like we are going to write about that theme?
Not necessarily. It's more like a tone, in the sense of if something is influencing the song itself, or a song, either the vocals will influence the way the guitar is written, or the guitar will influence the way the vocal is written, and that will make the song have a certain sound and a certain feel. And that feel will then mean that the next song is going to be like sound a certain way, be it faster or slower or heavier or softer or lighter or anything like that, because we don't like writing the same song twice. And when you're left with that, you are left with a lot of options. So you're always working, basically.
I had the big opportunity to listen to the new album 2 days ago, so it's really great, guys. Really
Thank
great.
you. That's nice.
And I thought there is a lot of old school metal in it. I heard like something from Metallica, from the Black Album out of it, little Alice Cooper even.
Alice Cooper, man. I tell you what's crazy. Every interview we've done so far, everyone's like, oh, I hear this different thing and this different thing. Always different. Everyone's hearing a different thing in it, and none of it is actually supposed to be there. Like, we weren't influenced by anything other than ourselves on this, and like writing for what we do, because we really didn't want to like just walk someone else's path. Like, we love so many different types of music. All it was playing around, and then something popping out and us going, okay, like that riff will go with this kind of drum beat and that will make sure the riff is really huge, or that drum beat's so good we're going to make this riff sound like this, or and that thing. There was never a point where we're like old school metal or thrash metal or doom metal, metalcore or anything at all was what we had to do. We just wrote songs and that was it. So yeah.
What about I think when everyone sees you, you are really humble and nice, surfer dudes, and then you do very, very dark and very deep and heartbroken lyrics. What about that?
It's a deep and heartbroken record, to be honest. Like that's it. Like it was. This record was written over a time when we had our biggest album and our biggest shows ever, and like behind the scenes there was a lot of horrible stuff happening for us and our families and our friends, and it was. Like there's no other. I write lyrically a reflection of the time that we're living in, and when your friends are dying and your family is passing away, it's not coming out as a happy surfer boy that wrote Vice Grip. It's coming out as like shit that I have to deal with.
So it's very personal.
Very personal, yes.
Okay. And it helps the fans too, who are always also in this kind of situations.
Maybe. Like the thing is, the things that this album deals with on a lot of songs, everyone is going to confront at some point in time, and it's the reality of life, but it's never easy. And the thing is, this isn't about making it easy, it's just about the fact that it had to be written about, because that's all I could write about at that point in time.
But that makes the album really, really special because it's so personal.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad. Like it's special for me, but it's special just in the sense of like it's done. Like it's there, and I'm stoked that we got to do it justice. And if I was going to put those lyrics down and those performances down, then it had to be natural and it had to be honest and it had to be real, and I didn't want it to seem like some cheap like throwaway thing that was a gimmick. So yeah.
What about the video for Wishing Wells? It was really also really personal. Just your face, your gestures, and to see. Was it very strange to do that video?
Not really. The strangeness was the simplicity, and because I guess we've never had a simple music video and simple concept behind it, and also like. That was the only concept we could think of for those, like the only visuals to go with that song, because it's a very personal song, a very emotional song. And like what do you reckon about it? Because Ben, it was like three of us standing in a room making that. Yeah,
that's the thing. Like Winston said, everything else we tried or thought of just didn't really fit, because the most clear thing about that song is the emotional delivery of the lyrics, and we just wanted to capture Winston's raw emotion of doing it. And a lot of people said that it's a basic video or easy or whatever, but it's actually really difficult because it was one take and he had to actually nail it in one take, which is always hard to do. And after it, when we had the footage, we actually tried putting some CGI and effects and different cutaways, and nothing was as effective as just the one take, Winston's head singing the song. So I think it's different in the sense it's so simple, but I think it's effective because he pulls it off.
Simple but beautiful, really.
Thank you. Yeah.
About the upcoming album, do you have songs on it where you sing clear? Because that's not a thing you did before Irie, isn't it?
Yeah. It was. There's a lot of stuff on this record that we've never done before, and that goes for singing and it goes for music, and basically like we wrote every one of these songs with the concept of doing justice to the character of the song, and that meant not holding on to any rules we had in the past for the sake of them. Just we have to do it like this because we've always done it like this. If it sounded good and we enjoyed doing it, that's what we did. And a lot of these sounds and a lot of the songs that we wanted to include on the record that we liked, and when it came to the vocal delivery, we're like, you can't scream them. It's not gonna work. So luckily, I've been training and developing my voice for years now, which is really good. So I wrote the music for those songs, like the vocal delivery as it was supposed to be, and it fitted the character, and then we just did them. That was it. Like this is the first record where I could have done that. Like I couldn't have done it on Aya, and it also changed some of the writing styles and stuff, because I could come with an original like a vocal idea or a singing idea or something, and Jeff could work with that rather than me having, like, Jeff being responsible 100% for all of it and then me writing just on top of it. This was a much more like cohesive process for all of that, so it allowed much more variation in the vocals.
What's your personal favorite song of the new album?
I'm going to say Shadowboxing, and that's like all over the place vocally, but that's kind of what I like about it. I like the fact that you won't expect that song, and you won't expect where that song goes, and I like the idea of challenge.
Did you do it live already?
No, not yet. No.
Are you a little bit nervous on doing it live the first time?
It'll be fun. No, not really. Like it's all of it's written with live in mind. That's the thing. It's not like we very much write wanting to capture moments that we have yet to be able, that we don't have in our live in like environment, and to add to something we already have. And all of that it's possible. It's fine. So yeah.
And Ben, what about you?
My favourite song currently, it always changes, but is a song called Pray. It's the second song of the record, and I just really like the overall feel of the song. There's a really catchy riff in it, and I like the beat and just the tempo and everything of the song. It just has a lot of energy, yet it's also really catchy and has a good feel, and I'm really excited to play that one live. I reckon it's going to be one of the better ones to play live for sure.
So when are you going to come back to Germany? Because so many fans didn't have a ticket yesterday.
Well, it's festival season around the corner, and it might not be the same as that little club, but you know it's going to be wild. So yeah, festivals are going to be mental this summer. So come along. Like we plan on putting on something that people are going to remember, and then we've got the record launch tour. It will be sometime after that as well, and we don't plan on stepping back from this. Like we really do want to create something which you will be able to leave going, whoa, like that was something else. So if you have yet to come to a gig, or you have a friend that like has never heard of us before, I can guarantee you that they will walk out going, damn, like it was worth it. And that's the goal.
That's really a good explanation, because all the Parkway Drive fans I know, they always say exactly that.
Perfect. There we go. That's great.
You've got your goal.
Yeah, and that's it. And I want to do that for as many people as possible, because it's really good to be able to give something to people. And it's always been about connection. We started this band to give some mosh anthems to our 10 friends, and now we get to give so much more to so many, and we don't plan on stopping. We want to do that to as many people as possible. So bring them along.
Well, yesterday on the show in Lido in Berlin, you had like the whole room was a circle pit. How did you do that?
I didn't do anything. That was what was crazy about that show. Everyone that was so spontaneous. Like I'm normally used to like standing in front of a crowd and like instigating. Like I'm that crazy guy just going, come on, I want to see how crazy you can get. This time it's just like, hey, have fun. And people just went mental. I didn't ask them to jump on the stage. I didn't ask them to, Jeff yelled for a circle pit a couple of times. That was great. But other than that, like everything that went on, all of that chaos was just people deciding they wanted to do it, which made it even better.
So you've been best friends for quite a long time, and you even got skiing, yeah? But you've been one band since 2006, the same band members. Do you still really love each other, or are there times where you say, don't want to see that dude anymore?
No, we do. We do love each other. But it's like anything. Like the good thing is we know each other enough to know when we need space from each other, and know when we need each other to be there. And it's like a marriage. It's like okay. My marriage is a little different from that at home. But, yeah, it's like a family. It's definitely like a family. Like I've spent so much of my life with these guys, and I can't imagine it with another different person. I just can't. I don't know if it would work. And I don't know if I'd ever want that. So, yeah.
How do you do it to stay so healthy? Are you still straight edge vegan?
Yeah, I'm vegetarian and I don't drink. And yeah, it's like, don't put things that aren't supposed to be in your body. Like it's not rocket science. Like it's not like, I don't know. I've always had people say like, how do you be healthy? I'm like, well, fuck, if it looks like plastic, you're probably not supposed to eat it. And if you can start a car with it, maybe it shouldn't be going inside your stomach. But like, that's the thing. I'm not going to judge anyone else for anything they do. But like, as far as health goes, I don't know. It's not hard to figure out.
Have you been eating out in Berlin? Because this is a vegan city.
Yeah.
You can eat everywhere. Like,
What's your best pick so far, guys?
Yeah, this is like the vegan capital of the world. It seems like there's lots of good healthy food. Yeah, we went to a place the other night, 1990.
yeah, that's the best one.
Oh my God, your eyes just went huge.
Yeah, it's my favorite restaurant.
Yeah, 1990 is good. Vegan's is good. It's had a good falafel last night. It's all good. So it's nice here. Yeah, it's not that hard to eat healthy in the first place with all these. It was a lot harder when we first started touring.
It's getting easier. Yeah. It's getting easier to eat good food on tour for sure. It used to be we'd stop at a gas station and the only option was either McDonald's or some chips. Yeah. And so you just have to starve or just cop it. But now it's the world's kind of finally coming around and there's better, healthier options. America's still pretty far behind most spots, but they're getting there as well.
Well, California is...
Yeah, California's in the main cities everywhere, but just in between and stuff, it's kind of still trucks.
If you have to eat at a truck stop, yeah.
Are there bands you really would like to play with on a festival where you really dream of, like being the little boy who dreams to play with his idol?
I'm gonna say for Jeff here, because I know that his dream is to play with Metallica. Like that's the one band he's loved his entire life, and every festival season comes around, I'm like, I hope Metallica's there somewhere just so Jeff can play with Metallica, because there's a million. Like, I've never even seen them, and I'd really like to see them as well. And there's a bunch of bands that I'd love to see, but I just know that that if Jeff could play, either support Metallica or be on the same festival as Metallica, like I'm pretty sure like his head would explode. So yeah.
And you, do you have someone?
Yeah, I was going to say Metallica as well. It's kind of weird that we've never played with them. We've played the same festival a few times with them at different days, but it's never been that day.
Never tour. Yeah. It's not like they're never on festivals. We're just never on the same day. So yeah.
Yeah, another band that we've probably missed the boat now is Rage Against the Machine. That'd be great to play with, but I think they're done there. They come back every now and then, but probably missed it.
Oh.
Apart from a few, we've pretty much played with every band, with every we've ever listened to or admired when we were younger, so it's pretty surreal.
So, guys, I thank you very much, and I wish you the best of luck for your new album then.
Thank you
for more gold and more awards and more fans.
Yeah, all the awards. It's all for the awards. The trophies at home.
Thank you.
Thank you.